Mr. David Chimini is now the new Deputy Secretary General. Mrs. Honorable Consilia Chinandawana remains the second Deputy Secretary General. Honorable Murisi Zuzwai is now the new Deputy Organizing Secretary. Miss Buddha Masara retains a post as the second Deputy Organizing Secretary. We have a new Secretary for Communication, Advocate Fadzai Mahere, deputized by Dr. Felix Mafa Sibanda, and Mr. Clifford Shafai. There's also a new Secretary for Elections, Mr. Ian Makone. The Deputy Secretary remains Mrs. Ellen Shiriedenga. Mr. Cecil Zidai has been appointed the new Secretary for Local Government and Rural Development, deputized by Councillor Jacob Mafume. And Mr. Honorable Hepmo Chidziva is our new Secretary for Rural Mobilization and Strategy in the President's Office. He is also sitting in the Standing Committee. Then Mr. Jameson Timber is now the new Secretary for Presidential Affairs, deputized by Mr. Luke Tamburinoka. And lastly, Mr. Lovemoji Noputsa is now the new Deputy Secretary for International Relations and Cooperation. Thank you very much.
So, if I may ask you, my name is...
Do you want us to take questions?
Yes, yes.
These are presidential appointments.
I just want to understand what informed this appointment.
I think it's the desire to strengthen the party, and also I'm sure you are aware that there are some developments that has occurred in the National Standing Committee. Some members of the Standing Committee have left, the likes of Honorable Senator Munzora, Mr. Komichi, and Mr. Muzuri. So definitely there are some gaps that needed to be filled, but from time to time the President looks at his team with a view of strengthening it and making it more efficient.
And what's the difference between the spokesperson of the party and Secretary for Communication?
The constitution of the MDC Alliance is a Secretary for Communication instead of Secretary for Information and Publicity. Information and Publicity is now abolished. We are now referring to that portfolio as the Secretary for Communication. So it's basically the same position.
So in essence, Mr. Molokeli is no longer speaking on behalf of the party?
Yes, from today onwards, Advocate Fadzai Mahere is the new spokesperson for the party. Deputized by, I'm sure you have seen that we have now made two created positions for two deputies. Dr. Felix Mafa is the other Deputy Secretary, and Mr. Clifford Shafai becomes the second Deputy Secretary for Communication.
And the Secretary for Education, you moved Fadzai Mahere, so that position
does not sit in the National Standing Committee. Those are positions, that portfolio that relates to the National Executive. So I'm sure also there are now gaps there that the President will be filling in the near future.
In Shona.
In Shona, okay. Totanga going of Daniel? All right. Mutungamiriri webato MDC Alliance Africa Nelson Chamisa vasarudza vanhu vanotevera kuti vabate basa National Standing Committee rinova bato redu repamusoro rinoona nenyaya dzekurangwa kwepati on a day-to-day basis. The National Standing Committee, Mr. David Chimini ndo vasarudzwa kuti vange vari Deputy Secretary General vachireplace vaJameson Timber. Honorable Consilia Chinanzvavana vanoramba vari muteedzeri wechipiri. Honorable Murisi Zvizwai vasarudzwa kuti vange vari Deputy Organizing Secretary vachi